Now then everyone, this week's indie game review is Sea Birds End of an Age. Let's start the review. Sea Birds is a perma-death adventure game with a pirate setting. You take over control of a pirate ship and set out on a journey to find 4 pieces of a treasure map so you can find the buried treasure. This seems like a simple premise, but it proves to be quite challenging. There are 3 sections to Sea Birds: the land, sea and combat sections. The land sections remind me a bit of Zelda 2, but it's purely to explore and talk. To find the treasure map, you'll have to defeat the 4 map holders. You get a world map which tells you which island or where in the sea you can find these. When you've found the map holders, you'll be able to fight them. This brings us into the combat sections. The idea here is to pick a higher number than your opponent, which represents the power you're putting into the attack. At first I found this quite off-putting, but after a few fights I got past it and I kind of enjoyed it. It all comes down to defending at the right time and predicting when to attack. As I say, it took me a few fights to get it down, but after a couple of fights you'll figure out the tactics and it's all good to go. But the sea battles are by far the best feature to the game. They're really fun and they're quite challenging, especially when there's more than one ship going after you. But sadly, the only time I'd recommend fighting the ships is for the map. It's just not worth the cost of the repairs and the damage you'll accumulate. I mean, I know you receive money for docking ships, but you'll no doubt have to spend that money on ship repairs and health, so there's really no point. I would have liked to have seen some more to Sea Birds, something that's going to keep me coming back after completing it. Give me more of a reason to fight the other ships, maybe adding upgrades to the captain and the ship as loot, just to differ the gameplay slightly. I think it's good as it is, but just going that one step further would make the gameplay so fun. I wish the islands were more populated with buildings and plants, and maybe add some sea hazards to make the sea sections seem less blue and more in depth. I think the style of the game's great, I just wish there was more, both in the visuals and in the gameplay department. So with all that said, I'm going to give Sea Birds a 5 out of 10. If the visuals were developed further and the gameplay fleshed out a bit, this could be a really special game. If you're interested in challenging games, then give Sea Birds a look.